Hey guys, Romie here. So this is the second installment. Hey, my channel is called Romie Reviews, and this is the second Romie Reports. So Romie Reports, the pop culture trash and news and all that. Let's jump right into it. We already know that Miss Monique herself has been in the headlines for really the past couple of months, or really the past, if we could say, year. Even in 2017, regarding, oh, we already knew that she was blackballed, or at least she was told that she was blackballed, and here are the reasons why, and that she has something personally against Tyler, Oprah, and Lee Daniels. You know, some of the three strongest black figures in Hollywood and entertainment right now, and that's all well and good. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you never comment, leave a comment. I appreciate all of that. I do reply back to my comments. But back to Monique. And just kind of doing what I just did, that's what Monique has done as well. She has, even though she has kind of given us somewhat answers as to what's been going on and why she feels the way that she does, she also, trying to make sure, she also deflects a lot. And what we saw in the Breakfast Club interview with Charlemagne was that even though her and Cindy is her husband, he was on the phone, he wasn't there in person, but even though they weren't answering questions for some of the really big ones, they were skirting around it. And I understand from a business perspective, this is what I'll give to both of them. When it comes to money, it is really dangerous to throw out a number. A lot of professionally, you're taught that you don't throw out numbers when you're trying to go negotiate stuff at other places. So for example, let's say Monique actually has another deal possibly on the table, and that deal isn't finalized number-wise. If she throws out a number now that's lower or not really related to that other deal, they can come back and say, now wait a minute, we hear you saying all this and that. So I do get that. I do understand that, because when Charlemagne was asking, okay, so what are you worth? Where is this and that? But the main issue is that her delivery. She comes and she talks to us and she does the whole beloved, my sister, my brother. And the thing is, I respect that because I do believe she means it. The problem is no one else does. That's the real thing. No one else does, and you have to take a hard look at, okay, if I'm trying to, because she needs the people on her side. I definitely believe she's not just doing this for herself. But when you tell people to protest, or what's the word? She wants people to hold Netflix in contempt and cancel their subscriptions, or hold out until they start doing better negotiations with everyone and not just with some, not just with some men, some white women, also for the black women. Now we do know there is a disparity in comedy with female comics and the money factor. We know that. That's not the issue. And we all believe that yes, Monique was probably lowballed with what they were trying to give her, especially if now we found out in that Breakfast Club interview, or maybe we finally heard for the first time, because it was just the right audience, that they wanted her to take off 2 years. Monique can definitely pull in a couple of millions within 2 years. We know that. She's done it. She still does it. So I do understand where it's like, how can you come back with such a low number that's not even start with $1 million, and all that. But my whole thing is her delivery, maybe in her quest to stand up for other people. Again, maybe she's not doing it the right way. Sometimes timing is everything. And I know a lot of, now more than ever, people are like, okay, something happened, I need to say something right then, defend that person, show them I'm supporting that, we're gonna go and do this, this, and that. But sometimes that's not the best way to handle things. Sometimes maybe that person who felt a certain way, you can see that they felt a certain way, maybe you go and you talk to them first, and if they're like, yeah, I did feel a certain way, maybe we could just come in and just go and discuss things in private. Because that's the thing, if in a professional setting, you're still dealing with human beings, and so it's very easy to offend or embarrass other people, and even if that's not your intent, that can happen. I feel like maybe Monique, in her quest to be wants to be this protector, this leader, this, okay, we're all going to be treated the same. I can believe that she, again, the way that how she did it, maybe timing, maybe who she did it in front of, caused a lot of strife. And so then when you have that issue of she's talking to other people and they're saying, oh, they don't have a problem with her, but then higher up people do. Yeah, because Monique's one of the very few people that probably does go and actually say how she feels, to speak her opinions to these higher ups. And if they're perceiving it one way because of how she's just coming off with them, then that's how they're perceiving it. That's just what it is. So I'm going to stop there because she went on The View. She said, and Whoopi Goldberg was trying to figure out, wait a minute, if anyone deserves certain numbers and this and that, that's me. So I understand why I could have told you how to play this better. But again, that's why we're all about perception and how you handle this. Just like how with Tiffany Haddish, now she has something with Netflix. She acknowledged that she got this opportunity with Netflix before the whole Monique thing, just to let me know that, I'm not trying to go and start anything, and I'm sure I could probably get more. Yeah, Tiffany, I think the alleged number was like 800,000, and we're thinking Tiffany's hot right now, but has Tiffany sold out stadiums, arenas, whatever the big thing to do is now when you're a huge comic? If the answer is no, which I think that's the case, or maybe it just hasn't been many, yet, because we see great things for her, then yeah, her number will rise. Monique at this point, yes, she's definitely proven herself industry-wise, but she's also made a lot of bad blood, and so that whole network of support that she normally could have had isn't there anymore. It's not. So then distributors see that, and they could take advantage if they want to as far as coming up with a price. So that's my opinion on that. Moving on. Oh boy, so I go and open up my phone. I'm minding my own business. Yeah, right, open up my phone to go to Twitter, so I'm minding everyone else's business. But I digress. And I see Safaree trending. And I'm thinking, someone either jumped him. Safaree's not just like some fire. So, like, maybe he got into some other altercation. Maybe someone's clowning him. Maybe he says something about Nikki. The last thing I thought was nudes. So I go, click on Twitter, and I see people like, oh my gosh, Safaree, I can't look at you the same way. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, what did he do? So I'm scrolling, and I'm like, no one's saying anything. I don't get it. And then there's this video. And then I said, y'all are trash. Y'all are trash. Because I already knew what I said. Oh, you have to be kidding me. After all of this time, this video comes out of Safaree naked. And of course, ever since then, as soon as I saw it, I said, damn it. See, this is what happens when you're too nosy. Because now, every time I see his name, thankfully I don't get a visual, but what I do get in my mind is, Safaree, can't look at you the same way. Ooh, I can see why Nikki stayed just seeing all the comments. And even when I was watching Love and Hip Hop, New York Monday, I'm thinking, really? Okay. So do I think that my whole thing is I'm just trying to figure out who would he send it to that would leak it. There's a lot of people. That's the problem. That's why I said I wouldn't be surprised if it was just him. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just him, if it wasn't like oops, because now Safaree's on the Breakfast Club. He's on the Breakfast Club. Technically, the interview happened yesterday, so I believe it was this morning that it should air. And then he has a new single. So on the week of your new single rollout, and you promoting Paradise, your charity single, a D-pic or a video comes out. I said, are we in 2008, 2009 again? Okay, all right. And yes, I understand people want to bring up the double standards of how Blac Chyna versus Safaree. the thing is, they both have sexualized themselves, so it's not a surprise when you actually see that, oh, okay, something more explicit came out regarding them. But let's be real. Blac Chyna, the reason why people are going in on her wasn't because of even her looks or anything. For the most part, it was just because people thought it was a bad job. They felt like it was intentional, so it's like you intentionally put trash out. Really? That's why people were going in. Now, the video was, herself was so generic that now I'm thinking, no, that probably was someone who just put that out there, and it wasn't her. I can believe that she wouldn't want that out there. Safaree, on the other hand, I felt like this was intentional, or at least I felt like he understood that this could happen, so he was fine with it and made sure he was ready. And because the rollout, obviously, a lot of love is being shown to him, so he's happy. I'm just tired of these antics. That's the real thing. I'm just tired of these general antics to promote. But it's a new day and time, so this is what you need to do to get yourself to the next level, or people to take you a little bit more seriously. Surprisingly, this is some male privilege mess. Anyway, so we're gonna move on from that. On Sunday, Samsung put out that they did the press release in Barcelona, Spain for the Galaxy S9, Galaxy S9 Plus. So I'm a Samsung junkie. So yes, I will be getting the 9. I've gotten every Galaxy that's come out here. Like every year it's come out, I've gotten a new one. So the trend will continue. And the minor changes are the camera's better. So pictures look sharper and clearer during the day. There's more depth perception settings. At night, it's clearer with low lights. It's essentially supposed to react more so like the human eye, which is going to be very interesting. Aside from that, AR emojis, if you have no idea what that is, if you've seen the commercials for the iPhone X, it's essentially animated emojis. Think of Snapchat. If you use Snapchat and you have those dancing avatars, it's kind of like that, but in regular messenger form. And it's supposed to be a little bit more specific. It does look cartoonish. I'm fine with that. They also partnered up with Disney, and so we'll get Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, probably Goofy, the whole set, and including the Incredibles, which makes sense because that's marketing. Incredibles 2 is going to come out. Was it this year? I think this year, maybe next year. But so that's a marketing ploy for them as well. So I said, okay, cool. Stereo speakers of sorts. Stereo speakers of sorts. Because essentially the earpiece is going to act as a second speaker, which the earpiece is already kind of loud, so I wasn't surprised about that. And different variations of the colors. It's already, so I love Samsung. Obviously, I'm going to support. It does, come on now. Come on now. You already know. Let's see. What else? So the pre-orders start this week. It's either this week or next week, but soon. And I will be pre-ordering immediately. Now, aside from that, who else has been acting the fool that I wanted to discuss? Who else has been acting a fool that I wanted to discuss? We talked briefly about Monique. We talked about Safaree. We even threw in a little tech junkie stuff like Samsung. I think that's it for now. Yeah, that's it for now. I don't want to talk about anyone else. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Again, if you're not a normal subscriber, please subscribe. If you like this video, then actually press the like button, leave a comment, and let me know what you think.